Welcome. This is the Winter Solstice 2017 Gathering of the Sages. Each presenter was invited to share their wisdom about navigating change during turbulent winds. Our next guest is Jessica Valor. Jessica is a psychic medium, intuitive soul coach, quantum healer, muse, author, and inspirational speaker. She helps leaders connect with their highest potential to lead inspiring lives. And she does do that. And I'm really fortunate to have you here today, and I'm looking forward to what you're going to share.
Thank you so much for having me, Renee. I am really excited about your new book coming out. I know how many people it is going to help them navigate through life and the winds of change and everything that's going on Earth at this time, really. So thanks for having me.
Thank you. So tell us, what are you going to share with us today about your wisdom about navigating change in your life? And I know from knowing you, I know you've had a lot of ups and downs and all around, so I'm sure you're a master of this.
Yeah, well, always the student, always the teacher, right?
Right, exactly.
Maybe I've mastered a few things, but always learning new things every day. And I think that that is a really important piece for everyone to take with them, that we're always doing, I like to believe that everyone's always doing the best that they can, and that every day we show up and, we work towards aligning to an even better version of ourselves and, doing even better each day. But yeah, I prepared a few slides, and so maybe I'll just pop over. Should I share my screen now and pop
Sure.
over and okay, cool. All right. I love slides. So can you see those okay?
I am. I'm also seeing this other information. Is that you
don't see the full?
Oh, maybe that's just because I'm over here. So I'm moving them. Go ahead.
Do you see the slides?
I do.
Okay.
I was just on all the controls too.
Oh, okay.
Dialing all the knobs as usual.
So one of my favorite quotes of all time, and for those of you who do know me, I'm widely invested in music, and one of my favorite quotes is, "Where you invest your love, you invest your life." And this is a Mumford and Sons lyric, and it's all about where our energy is going, right? Everything in the laws of the universe and the laws of attraction have educated us on this. And I think this is a strong statement, because it helps you take a look at where you're spending your energy, right? Where are you investing that love every day for yourself, for others, and how you want to show up and experience this world. And that's absolutely, at the end of our life, it's like the sum of all the choices we made, right? And so you really want to be conscious each day with where you're investing your love. And so today I want to kind of focus on embodying your sovereignty. And this is something that I like to teach through the process of divine alchemy and ascended energy healing. I'm going to share a little bit about, my story and connecting it to everything that Renee is bringing forward to you at this powerful time. So let's touch on the winter solstice, because the winter solstice is this powerful time where energy portals are opening for you. And those portals open so that you can be able to embody your sovereignty. And your sovereignty is your divine power. It's the essence of your soul, and being able to really become whole in this human experience. Our earth has moved into a new energy dimensional field. And so when we have these powerful portals open, we have winter solstice, summer solstice, and we have, different moons. We're always working with the cosmic alliance and forces that are there to support us, right? And are there holding us. So this winter solstice is very powerful as we move into that new year. as well to, again, like I said, this time of embodying sovereignty. We've done so much soul work, right? We've done so much healing work for a long time now. And this is where we're really grounding that power into the physical experience. And so during winter time, especially in the United States, people get a little busy, right? It can be a little bit of chaos. And I would like to invite everyone to really take this time with all those winds that are moving around to connect with the harmony of nature and the universe, to really be in stillness and choose to be free. So when all the hustle and bustle is going on, there is a way to slow down. And I'm going to share a little bit about that with you too. And during this solstice, it is a great time to make amends with your shadows. This is a time to set them free. And I'm going to share with you a little ritual that I have that I love to do to shed those shadows in a really loving, powerful way. And this is that time to illuminate your divine truth. Oops, I went too fast. So I'll talk a little bit here about alchemy and ascended healing. So alchemy, to me, we know alchemy is about transforming from one form to another. And what's happening on Earth right now is we're actually shifting our carbon base into a crystalline base energy. And the way that we do that is really simple, right? It's through our choices to align with our commitments to love every day. And to me, ascended healing is the processes and all the pathways that we use of alchemy, our spiritual alchemy. Ascended healing is really simple. It's about working with the energies that are available to us through not only source, but God or angels, masters, and the essences of those people who are mentors to you in this life, right? Every single person, every single one of you has your own unique essence. And it's about, again, embodying more of that essence, your sovereignty, and then also working with the essences of other people and calling upon the higher beings that are there to support you. And this is that ascended healing journey, and combining it with alchemy brings you into that state of alignment. So when you're experiencing your life, and especially powerful times like the winter solstice, you're able to really ground that energy and call in what you want, right? Manifesting the desires, even though there may be chaos around you, you can really stay in alignment. And I'm going to give you a visualization today for that too. So tool number one, we'll dive right in. I know we have short time and I always power pack full. Tool number one is to know your commitments. This is something that you can do and revisit, every week, every month, whatever feels good for you, and really focusing on them daily. And it's easier usually to write what you're committed to, because that's, you know what you want, right? You know what you're committed to with yourself and your relationships and your loved ones and your purpose, your business. You know what you want to do. Often you know what you want to do. So getting those commitments. The other column in that is when you're writing these commitments out, is to really write down where your subconscious commitments are. When we uncover what's living beneath, then we know what's out of alignment, and you're able to adjust or tweak the things that need to shift around for you. So, the unconscious commitments are how you're actually spending your time versus, and how that doesn't align or match with what you're really truly committed to. So this is a beautiful soul exercise, and I'm going to give Renee some divine alchemy worksheets, soul sheets, so you can have those to work through too, as a gift from me, to use that space, or you can just use your own paper and do this. It's really a simple exercise, but so powerful for you to go through that process and revisit, and it will help you match what needs to move. And then tool number two is about really knowing your role and power in Ascension. Ascension is this time on Earth where we've chosen to come and live this life to help the world heal. And you do that through sharing your unique essence and embodying your sovereignty. And I wish that every person could see how beautiful and powerful and divine that you are. I wish you could see what I see in you when I look at you and see into your soul. It is the light of God. I love this saying, I am the light, I am the love, I am the way. I am the light, I am the love, I am the way. And it's a mantra I share with everyone I meet to help them really own their power and release that doubt. And if you could see your brilliance and your beauty and your power, there would be no room for doubt. There is no room for self-doubt. It's not real. Self-doubt is this conditioned experience that we're having from things in this old paradigm of living on earth. And it's not true. It's not your reality. And so a way that you can really, shed your shadows is to do two things. This is another one of my favorite exercises. This is a really powerful one. You write down what you're available for. What are you available for? What are you available for yourself, in your relationships? What are you available for in how you serve? What are you available for in the amount of money you wish to receive and make in your business? What are you available for? And what are you no longer available for? And then you can speak these over and over again, because this really grounds you in your yeses with the universe, because everything that you say to the universe matches it with a yes. So you can tell the universe exactly what you're available for, and that's what they'll be delivering, right? And so this is taking step one, tool one, and going into a deeper layer of your subconscious and unwinding and healing through your own powerful alchemy process to say that these things aren't going to exist anymore. Those subconscious commitments, they're not allowed because you're not available for them. And this is declaring your power, okay? Declaring your power. And there's a ritual that you can do with shedding your shadows. And again, I'll include all this in the Divine Alchemy worksheets for you, this little ritual. But I like to take a piece of paper and draw on it and write what that shadow is. Because maybe you have one, maybe you have 5 that you're working on releasing, right? It could be maybe codependency, right? That's been a big one in my life. So the shadow of codependency, and what does that look like, and pictures and images, and maybe even include images of people and you've been in relationships with on that piece of paper. And it's really looking at that shadow. It's like a creative project, right? And writing all the words down, and then writing what you're no longer available for on that, right? And then again, what you are available on a different page. And then you can burn each page after you speak what you're not available for in a safe container outside, and really seeing it releasing into the earth, right? Into the atmosphere, and seeing it dissolving. And there's a powerful alchemy that happens when you commit and do this process. And you could, again, do 1 or do 5, whatever feels good for you and what you're really deeply wanting to let go of. And then tool 3 is connecting with your intuition and visualizing what you want. It's about the kind of world you want to live in. Compassion is the common denominator of all human beings, okay? That's what separates us from, say, the animal kingdom. And so it's really important to practice this compassion. And, Renee, when she was introducing and we were starting this conversation, was talking about these turbulent times. There's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot going on with politics, with racism, with privileges, with war, with hurricanes, you name it, right? We're really in turbulent times. And what's important is to think about, I love this visual. You want to think about everything around you is like a tornado. Everything around you. So it's just this tornado all the time, because it is. There's always going to be, well, maybe we'll get there where there's not. But right now, there's this chaos, and it's there. The drama is there, especially on social media. It's almost like everyone's triggered right now, right? Because everyone is lifting and healing these pains, these shadows. And when somebody puts a post and someone says something, even though people are coming from a place of good intention, often it's taken in a way where everyone's triggered, and then it turns into something where it's separating people instead of bringing them together in compassion. So just be conscious when you're participating in any kind of conversation or exchange that you're coming from a place of compassion for yourself and others. So when you're standing in your truth and speaking in your truth, even against people who may be doing or choosing wrong things, that you're coming from a place of compassion even for that person, because that's how we're really going to heal. And so when you visualize the world and the craziness going on, in the very center of the tornado is the eye, and it's completely calm. It's completely still, and it's peace. And so if you can just see yourself sitting down and relaxing and just being and knowing that all of that is there, and you want to navigate through those crazy winds by being in stillness, but also being proactive in your life. If you try to go out into chaos and engage in it, think if you try to enter the tornado from the center of peace, it's going to throw you everywhere and destroy you, right? So don't engage in that chaos. Stay in the stillness. Be the light, be the love, be the way. And if you combine these three simple tools, you're going to be able to really embody your sovereignty and start to align with that divine power and sovereignty. And so I put together this little, excuse me, I need a sip of water. I put together this little reading for you. I love to pull cards. I think they're great divination tools to support the messages that come up. And this is what Spirit had to say for all of us. And it's a little soul reading and energy healing. And so I used my stones with the different elements too, because I thought it was really fitting for everything that Renee is doing for you and working with these winds of change. And so on Earth, what's going on, right? And this is literally, I just pulled these cards for this presentation. So this is really, really on point. And it's attack, pain, fear, judgment, separation. They're all calls for help. So again, bringing in the compassion piece on Earth and really being with that vibration and embodying that, compassion. And I'll give you a little, if you want to work with Kuan Yin, she is a goddess and ascended master and priestess that really helps you work with compassion. So you can call upon her and learn more about her if you're interested in working with her energy. And then on the right side, I was called to put the air stone here. And this is where everything's really moving around, right? And it says, I am a spirit and I'm having a human experience and I'm here to get closer to love. We're all doing that. None of us are separate in this feelings of, what we're moving through and healing with the pains and the fears and feeling judged and feeling separate and asking for help. And maybe some people know how and some people don't. And so that compassion piece, and then everyone is here getting closer to love. So if we can always bring in compassion for people that are trying to get closer to love, then we can be able to start to bridge that gap and come closer together in the collective consciousness. And then I used one of my river rocks at the bottom and put light, your light. This is a time to ground your light into Mother Earth's heart chakra, really bringing in that sovereignty. And your sovereignty comes from this space of joy. Joy is the ultimate creator. That is your God consciousness, is ultimate joy and unconditional love. And I worked with the water and the amethyst temple for your crown chakra, and then the water to be able to fluidly bring your light down into the earth. So this is a beautiful blessing for you at this time of the solstice, and being able to really, I love visuals, right? So really kind of being able to bring it all together. So I'm gonna stop screen sharing here and go back over with Renee.
Hello.
There we are. Hey.
How beautiful. During some of the recent tornadoes, I took people actually in a meditation through that bumpy wall that you're talking about.
Ooh.
So they could shake free of some of that stuff to get to the
it.
center. So we're way in alignment here. And what a beautiful presentation that was. And so, right, you're just so heartfelt. I love you.
I love you. My why on the planet, you know, we always have our business why is that we're here to help the world heal. And I believe that all human beings are doing that in their own way. You're embodying your um, healer archetype right now, right? Whether you're an attorney or a chef or, you know, a coach or whatever you're doing, it's bringing that vibration forward of healing and love for all people, and you're yourself first and then all people. I really fully believe that with my entire being.
You remind me, last night I was talking to one of the other chefs from the culinary school, and he says, I was trying to explain what you do today. I said, well, I teach these kids how to have a relationship with the food, because if they have a relationship with the food, they're going to start to have a relationship with their lives. And then they can learn the recipes, but if they don't have a relationship with the elements, which you so aptly brought in, how beautiful is that?
I love that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's true. I'll stand in front of the class. I said, no other chef is going to show you this. You have to understand, where does your food come from? What is it? How are you energizing it? And the kids just look at me like, what is she talking about?
Well, it's so true. It's about the sacred union. And when you're saying that, I think about those, I don't have a TV anymore, but those old chef shows and how stressful they were versus like, really, what does this mean to, you know, source the food, right? It's this gift of life from the earth, you know, to nourish our bodies, our minds, and our spirit. It's all interconnected. And so understanding absolutely what you're teaching them in that sacred flow, sacred union, it's necessary. So I love that. They're really lucky students to have you teaching them that about food.
Yeah, we do. I'm sure it's a different perspective for sure, because for me, cooking healed my life. And I believe that how you show up anywhere in your life is how you show up everywhere in your life. And Jessica, I know when she talks about, you know, showing up as what you're willing to accept, I watch you do that. And sometimes I'm there like, huh. And you really embody that. And I think that's an amazing, amazing attribute. What would you like to leave these people with for one final thought about this solstice, this next year that we're coming into, this hibernation period? Besides for buying Winds of Spirit.
Yeah, definitely. Renee's book is amazing. And not only her book, get a whistle too, because the whistles are so powerful to help you connect. Show them the whistle. They're so cool. And they make great gifts too. So you can get one for you and for everyone else.
Right, exactly. Another gift wrap.
And kids love them. So, too. So if you've got kids or family, it's a great tool to connect with your whole family. Oh my gosh. One message. I feel like the number one message is for all people to really lean into trusting themselves. And that comes with, you know, getting rid of only you can cure your doubt, right? And it is an alchemy process, but I believe, you know, when you question yourself, it's stopping and that slow down, taking the time to really go, what is out of alignment here that I'm not trusting myself? And instead of judging yourself or being harsh, it's about being the observer in your life and really, again, that's embodying the sovereignty. So it's taking a moment and going, okay, what's out of alignment and how do I bring in, you know, what needs to shift so that I can trust myself, so that I can embody more of my sovereignty. And I really believe that comes with slowing down. And that doesn't mean not being productive. It means being present with everything that you're doing.
It's really hard when we're so busy and we're present, and we're still busy and we're still present, and it's a juggle, and it is an observation, and that sovereignty. I love that word that you work with. That's a beautiful word. And
I love that word too.
If you would love her worksheet, because I'm sure after you hear her, you're going to want her worksheet and to know more about Jessica Valor, make sure you sign up for this symposium, because all of the people who are signed up will get the links to the gifts and all of that. You can watch on the event page here, but if you really want to know these people more in depth, take a minute to sign up on the website. And Jessica, I thank you for this beautiful solstice message and for being the light that you are in your sovereignty.
And thank you for everything you do. I love you so much, and it was an honor to be here with you. And everyone, do yourself a favor and get the book and the whistle. They're amazing.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.